We like to talk about billionaires. That's why names like Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos are familiar to us. But what lies behind their daily lives? How did they manage to achieve what they have? Does their daily routine hold the secret of the magnates? How does one actually reach a fortune big enough to change the world? Is the secret in their daily routine or in relentless work and a visionary approach to business? Today's video is dedicated to one of the most well-known billionaires of our time. We're diving into the life of Elon Musk, a man who dared to bet everything on uncertain projects and today is a symbol of innovation and perseverance. Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, has a net worth exceeding $297 billion and, according to Forbes, is currently the richest person in the world, overtaking Jeff Bezos, who held the top spot for many years. Of course, this status comes with plenty of advantages. Musk can influence entire industries and bring his boldest visions to life, like colonizing Mars. But there's no denying that the path to the top requires extreme effort and a daily discipline that most people simply wouldn't be able to maintain. In this video, we'll show you what the CEO of one of the most profitable automotive companies to date does, how he lives depending on the day, and what he does to keep spending time with his family despite the immense responsibility he has as the owner of several widely recognized firms. Contrary to what many might expect from the richest man in the world, Elon is not one of those people who get up at 5 in the morning to start their work routine. The co-founder of PayPal prefers to wake up at 7 in the morning and believes that getting enough rest is extremely important, especially if you want to perform at your best during the day. Although he is someone who doesn't need much time to recover and start again, since he only sleeps 6 hours. Elon has stated on several occasions that if he doesn't get his hours of rest, he tends to be irritable and his mental sharpness is affected by the change in his schedule. For this reason, he goes to bed at 1 in the morning and wakes up at 7. As for what he does after getting up, Elon has stated that one activity that has always helped him and that he never skips for anything in the world is taking a shower. That's right, the CEO of SpaceX has made a good morning shower part of his routine, as he believes it helps him feel more lively and clear-headed, especially when he has to make important decisions. And it seems the magnate is right, since Shelley Carson, a Harvard psychology PhD and author of Your Creative Brain, a book about unlocking your imagination and productivity, claims that a morning shower helps us stay relaxed while also keeping us alert, in addition to fostering creativity. Continuing with his daily routine, Elon is not one of those people who usually has breakfast before starting work. If he does have coffee and an omelette before starting work, it's because he has some free time. If he can't afford it, he prefers to jump right into action and start his daily tasks, taking advantage of certain breaks between one job and another to grab something to eat. And speaking of work, Musk has stated that he works by implementing a schedule in which he divides his time into a series of 5-minute blocks. It's known that the entrepreneur works between 85 and 100 hours a week, and he himself estimates that 80% of his work time is devoted to engineering and designing new technologies or parts for his various companies. 100 hours. Can you see yourselves working that many hours in a week? By the way, no day is ever the same for the South African. Because he has to manage several companies with thousands of employees and many obligations, he tends to organize his schedule so that on Mondays and Fridays he goes to Los Angeles to work at SpaceX, while Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are devoted entirely to Tesla. This is from Palo Alto, California. Some of his closest collaborators estimate that Elon spends 42 hours of his week on Tesla and 40 hours on SpaceX. He uses the rest of his routine time for the other companies he supports or co-founded, as well as to design and create certain artificial intelligence technologies for the non-profit organization OpenAI. Well, now you know part of Elon Musk's routine from Monday to Friday. But what about the weekends? Does he also use them to work, or does he prefer to spend that time on other things? Thanks to what the entrepreneur has stated, we know that his weekends also have that element of surprise he maintains from Monday to Friday. One day you might find him working at SpaceX, another at Tesla, and at other times he could be spending time with his 6 children. From an interview Elon gave in 2013, we learned that he is one of those people who can be spending time with his kids while simultaneously answering emails. What I found is that I can be with them and still be on email. I can be with them and keep working at the same time. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to do my job, said the magnate. Musk takes what he does very seriously, and that's why certain things have no place in his routine, while others, like multitasking, are more than welcome. For him, multitasking is essential since it allows him to work on what needs to be done without spending too much time on a single project. One of the clearest examples of this habit he has adopted is the fact that even during meetings he continues working on his phone. No to calls and spam. The entrepreneur usually doesn't answer phone calls as he believes they make him lose valuable time. Instead, he prefers email and text messages. Of course, he has a secret email address so he can avoid people sending spam to his inbox. As we mentioned, he hardly ever eats in order to avoid wasting time. Instead, he has his lunch between activities and finishes it in 5 minutes. By the way, don't worry about his nutrition since Elon has stated that he eats a lot at business dinners, so we can deduce that what he doesn't eat during work hours he makes up for later. Elon usually goes to the gym once or twice a week, as he is aware that he needs to stay in shape despite his busy lifestyle. Despite his schedule, the co-founder of SpaceX is a firm believer in the power of books and makes time to enjoy reading. His favorite books are The Lord of the Rings, biographies of innovators like Benjamin Franklin and Albert Einstein, and a lesser-known adventure book called 12 Against the Gods. At the end of the day, after accomplishing all the goals he set for himself, Elon Musk retires to sleep at 1 a.m. since, as he mentioned in one of the many interviews he has given, he needs his rest to face a new day. Born in South Africa in 1971, he showed early signs of being a prodigy. At just 12 years old, he created and sold a simple computer game called Blastar for $500, a small glimpse of the entrepreneur he would become. Those who knew him in his youth often describe him as introverted, deeply immersed in books and technology, yet fiercely ambitious. Musk himself has said that as a child, he devoured science fiction novels and imagined himself helping humanity explore other planets, dreams that today shape his work at SpaceX. Another fascinating aspect of Musk's personality is his vision for the future. He doesn't just want to build cars or rockets, he wants to fundamentally change how humanity lives. Through Tesla, he is accelerating the transition to sustainable energy. Through SpaceX, he hopes to make humanity a multiplanetary species, believing that colonizing Mars is essential for our long-term survival. Even his more eccentric ventures, like Neuralink, which aims to connect the human brain with AI, stem from his belief that technology and humanity must evolve together. These projects often sound like science fiction, but Musk's track record has taught the world not to underestimate him. There you have it. This is the routine that Elon Musk usually follows in his daily life. The man who decided to bet all his money and time on a series of projects without knowing for sure if they would work. Those very same projects are now changing the world and pushing us forward to places that just a few years ago seemed like science fiction. His constant drive to advance humanity is what made him the richest man in the world. And even though he could spend less time working or even retire, he continues to work tirelessly and without rest. Now that you know his daily routine, tell us what you think about it. Would you try keeping up with his work pace to see if it works for you? Don't forget to leave your answer in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss our content. See you later. Goodbye.